Hello, my name is Ilona. At this moment, we are in strange times. In a way, it's exciting and exhausting, and I don't want to wait around, obviously, so I am living my life, but I've noticed that my energies are really going up and down. A lot of things are happening, a lot of things are being put in motion. I do believe that the military will intervene some point in time. I do not know when because it can change very quickly. I do know there's a lot of military movements in the Netherlands, in Belgium, in Germany. There is a lot going on, so it wouldn't surprise me at all that they're pretty much already started. It's already there. Like they said, the storm is already there. We're in the storm now. So there are a lot of things going on. Of course, the health of Queen Elizabeth is deteriorating, so it's more of a matter of time when they will announce her or pronounce her, of course, that she's left the earth plane. I do believe that she's, well, not among us for a very long time, but then the public will be informed. It's also possible that then they'll start the blackout or the 10 days of darkness, but we will have to wait for that. We don't know. It's not that they're going to call me or anything and inform me, so I'm just waiting along. I know it's not going to take months or years for things to really start, but it is a matter of having patience and waiting and hoping that things will start. And living your life, obviously, and keeping my vibration as high as possible and working through my own issues meanwhile, because of course that's the part I have to do and the part we all have to do. And I've seen that there is an issue or a warrant issued for Pope Francis by the International Common Law Court of Justice. It's from today, November 1st. So I'd like to take a look at that because I do believe that the Pope has been taken care of a while ago as well, just like Queen Elizabeth. But this is more of, how do you say this, informing the public, so to speak. And if this arrest would take place, that would be heard around the world, let's face it. So I'm just going to see if the issue, if it's really issued, if this warrant really is, well, truthful, so to speak. It's not like misinformation. So let's see. This is the card above. That's the Three of Cups. This is the Three of Pentacles. That's the central card. 2, 3 so far. We have the Nine of Cups in the past. We have underneath the Magician. And we have for the future the Tower. Well, this seems to me that this is truthful. The Magician is also about manifesting, about taking care of things, taking back control, so to speak. So I do believe that this is a start of showing people what's really been going on. I do believe that it had to do with certain things with children are concerned that have to do, and that probably will come out as well, that the Pope has been involved with that. We know of a lot of abuse cases in the Catholic Church that's been suppressed, pushed away, ignored. Of course, they have their reasons for that because they really want people in control in the Catholic Church, obviously, who were participating in all these awful things. So those things will come out as well. At least that's my feeling. People have been working towards this. So this is really more people working together to get this done. So that would feel like this court has been working on this. They've been most likely working with the White Hats as well to get this out. I do believe they've waited for a certain period. That I do believe that the White Hats obviously are behind this and said, well, you can go, you can do this, and it will bring down a lot. This is the card of like this immense shock, that things that really aren't built on anything will fall apart. So I do believe that if it does happen that it gets arrested, I do believe that that's going to happen. That would really fit with that narrative of this arrest that will happen, that will shock or will be heard around the world, that this will be the beginning of everything collapsing. because this will be so important for people to realize how thoroughly corrupted the Catholic Church and a lot of things and a lot of, how do you say that? A lot of things that people were looking up to for guidance, how corrupted that has been. So I do believe that this will lead to a collapse of how people will look at things. It will be a shock to people. People will be like, what's going on? So this would be something very massive. Not sure if it's going to happen right away. It's like we're kind of waiting for the military intervention of what's going to happen. So that kind of could all come together. Like I said, we're also waiting for Queen Elizabeth to pretty much officially leave the plane. I do believe that a lot of things could happen in a very short period of time. But like I've said in my other videos, we have to wait. We don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but this has been planned very carefully. So really keep in mind that this is, like I've said before, it's like a chess game, and they're really focusing on things. So it will all come together. It will all come together, and it will all fit, I think, perfectly to let everything that doesn't fit with us anymore, and all those dark influence, all those institutions that have been corrupted, that have been messed with, they will all fall. So I'm not just talking about the Catholic Church, I'm talking about bankings, I'm talking about the European Union, that pretty much is not much left of. I don't think there is much going on there to begin with. Governments will need to fall, a lot of things need to fall so we can start rebuilding again. And it's very interesting because this week, on I believe the 4th of November, there is the new moon in Scorpio, which is interesting. Scorpio is, of course, the sign of rebirth, transformation, intense. And I've read somewhere in an article that the moon won't be visible and that Uranus is across the moon in retrograde. So it's actually going backwards and will have an influence as well. And Uranus is the planet for freedom, equality. It's also the ruler of Aquarius, which is very fitting, of course, with the age we're in right now. And it's going backwards. So in a way, there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, which is very fitting with the, how to say that, the phase we're in, the stage we're in, so to speak. So we're really in this things that we're feeling it. At least I'm feeling that a lot of things are happening, but it still hasn't come out yet, but it will soon. Because this combination it's impossible to suppress that for very long. The intensity of Scorpio, the moon and Uranus all in that, how do you say that, across from each other, will emphasize that, will emphasize the change that is going to happen and the things that are changing. So I'm just going to take a look at the energy, see what the cards have to say about what's going on globally right now. But I can just feel a new energy, transformation. The Death card from the tarot is connected to Scorpio. So we really see the old leaf and the new beginning, so to speak. This is the card above, that's the Queen of Cups. The central card is the Nine of Pentacles. This is the card in the past, the Page of Pentacles. This is the card underneath, this is the Empress. And the card in the future is the Devil. That's interesting. I'm just going to pull 2 extra cards to clarify that one. So we've got the Six of Pentacles and we have the High Priest. I'm going to pull just one more card for that. The King of Cups. So this is interesting because both these cards are the cards for the black hats or the dark, so to speak. So I really want to make sure where this is going because they place it in the future, but I do feel, especially with the King of Cups together with the High Priest, that this will prevail. So we're really going to come in our connection. It will be pretty much the end of the dark, so to speak. I believe that we are still cleaning up all the energies, but I do believe that most of them have been taken care of. But we still have a lot of people, so to speak, a lot of influences still all over the world that needs to be cleaned up, that needs to be balanced. That's what the Six of Pentacles is all about. So the future will, in this globally, it's balancing everything out and cleaning up all these influences, all these people that are still there. I do believe that the biggest cleanup has already been taken care of. And it's about this is actually very beautiful. We have the Queen of Cups and we have the Empress, which are in essence a very similar cards. So in the minor arcana, you have the Queen of Cups, which is very similar to the Empress. But the Empress is really about the sacred feminine principle that's being restored right now as we speak. It's about restoring the connection to our hearts, which the Queen of Cups is about. And especially we have the Queen and the King. So that's this sacred marriage, so to speak, of the, well, as I see it, the sacred feminine principle and the sacred masculine principle are coming together. So we really are starting to connect with our hearts again and connect with our intuition, with our soul, with God. And we'll need that to really get rid of all these influences, all these things that are still around. We need to cleanse ourselves, which is very fitting with the Scorpio energy. It's about restoring that balance and restoring the balance with ourselves. This is a card about being comfortable with yourself, live in a sort of luxury or just being very happy with yourself. And that's really what this is about, connecting with our health, with our soul, with God, with really ourselves, with our everything around us, with the world around us, living in harmony with ourselves, with everyone around us, with the world around us. So that's what globally is going on, and it's still underneath the surface, but it's going to come out. This cannot be stopped. This process has started and it cannot be stopped. And I do believe that it's very fitting with the Scorpio energy. Things are going to change. This is not coming back anymore. This has really done. This period is over. So I'd like to leave it at that and hope to see you in another video. Bye.